Hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Port Royale 3 with me, Antolian. So this is a game where you trade in the Caribbean. It's similar to all the Patrician series. It's made by the same company, and of course Port Royale 1 and 2. So we're just going to start off in free play, and we will be Antolian. I am male. Don't need an introduction, and I like this flag the best, but you can see there's a bunch of different ones, which are pretty much just the same ones in different colors. So we're going to be blue and gold. Sun star thing. We're going to be French. We're going to start when France is the weakest. You can see they only have 5, and they're all on the Louisiana and West Florida coast. So we will start off in Tampa. The average town size will be 1,000. We're going to be as hard as we possibly can on this. And we will start game. So, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded anything, like a year. So, this is going to be the first one in a while. In Tampa, you can see that we can go in, and we have a ship.
As you can see, business with us can be.
I got my warehouse here in Tampa itself. It's got this island and weird port area. So the ship is a simple pinnace called the Jester, and we will rename it. We will rename it the Panda. I name all of my convoys after that. Alright, so the pinnace, as more said of that, the pinnace, as you can see, is a very small ship, and it can only carry 200 goods, but it will move at 10 knots. So we can go in here to the dock, buy goods. You can see that these mean that the town is producing them. The cog, the one they're producing them, there'll be more goods and it will be cheaper to buy. You can see we can buy some cloth, which is really expensive. But when we buy any bit, the price immediately goes up because we are taking demand from it. We can buy metals. You can see I generally only buy until the price goes up. We can not really get any wheat because they don't want to sell it to us, and we could get dyes, but again it's pricey, and you can see that they don't have a lot of them. So we're gonna take those, go to the world map, and head up Florida. And you can see I can set the speed, and I can also press spacebar to speed it along. So you don't have to go into the towns, they're all different. You can just click this button right here, and then you can see that they don't have any wood, but they do have sugar and cloth and more metal, more dye, and bread. You can also look here and you can see what they demand and what they're lacking on. You can also get sailors and weapons. So I'm gonna buy these. I generally like these in case I get in a fight. I may never get in a fight, but they're good to have. You can always just sell them back for the same exact price, and you can continue on. For the goods, such as dyes, which we've seen a lot of, these goods here, dyes, coffee, cocoa, and tobacco. Pause it here. They're all produced in certain areas, and you can just click on the city and see what they produce down here. So dyes are produced up here in the Florida and Texas and Louisiana and all that region. Coffee is produced in Mexico and down this way towards like Guatemala and such. I think it stops here in Venezuela. Cocoa is the Lesser Antilles. And then tobacco, Lesser Antilles in this part of South America. And tobacco is pretty much all the Greater Antilles and Bahamas, from St. Tom to Grand Bahamas. So those are your trade goods, and the deal with those is you want to take them to the governor's palaces, like Grand Bahamas is one. As you can see, it's a viceroy. And then treasure ships will take it off to the New World. So, we're in Pensacola, and we're gonna go back up. And we have to select our ship, and then select that. And we can sell all this. And you can see how much we've paid for everything. See, we have, and then we can buy more stuff. And you can get a lot of metal. And there. And we're pretty much going to do that until we get enough gold to where we'll get a new rank. And we'll go to Biloxi now. And in Biloxi, we will sell. And we will buy. As a general rule, I'm not going to be trading with any country that is not that is at war with France. You can see that we don't have a ton of money left. So I'll just buy until I have no money left. And there. And we couldn't see it before, but we just discovered New Orleans, which is the Viceroy of France. And we will go in and actually see New Orleans, because it looks... So just to show that there is differences in all the places. As you can see, this is not Tampa. And it's got different things going on with it. And it has 2 forts right now. And it has stuff going on. So this is the Viceroy. So the thing about the Viceroy is they'll always have a shit ton of settlers. And that's mainly because everyone from the old world comes here to be settled. And they'll also will pay high prices for these goods, the ones that they don't produce, of course. And they also allow you to sell stuff. And they're generally bigger. And they're the only place in the French place that does not produce metal. So they're the only place where you can sell metal in the French part. But there are other towns around that we will go out and explore until I get enough money to buy a new ship. So, you can see that this place right here is the big shipyard. And you can buy ships there. You can't actually construct any ships. Okay. Because they don't build ships, they just buy them from the old world. You can see your price. And you can see we don't have that money. But you can also see how much they carry, how many sailors, how many guns, such like that. You can see the sloop. The main difference is more sailors, more guns. And between that and the pinnace, but no real difference. And it's faster. But we'll be trying to make up enough money to do that, and we will go explore some more. And there is a town over here that we're gonna go find. And this is part of Spain now. These flags mean like the main presence that has been in there, like the strongest presence. So it can actually flip to pirates, and it can flip to you. But right now you can see France is mainly in this area, and Spain's in this area. And we're gonna sell everything we can. Oh, yeah, I don't have any of that. And so, we got a good portion. And we can't really afford much clothes. I'm gonna buy some dyes now, because we're gonna head south. You see, stuff happens on the map, like there's storms and stuff, and locusts. I think that's what that is. Veracruz. is the viceroy of the Spanish colonies. You can see that they don't produce dyes, and they're in high demand here. So we're going to sell them for a nice profit, and continue heading on to Villa Hermosa, where again we're just going to sell a good deal of these, and we're also going to pick up coffee. And we're going to move on to Campeche, or Campeche, I don't know how to pronounce that, where we're going to sell more dyes. And we're going to buy more coffee. And we're going to move to Sisal, where we're going to again, oh, I didn't make enough money off of that. But I will buy more coffee and meat, because meat is always a good thing. And if you notice, our money has gone up. You can see that our wealth has also gone up. We gotta wait a month, but we can head over to New Orleans. You can see how long it will take us to get to New Orleans. This is in days. And we are going to go into New Orleans. And we will sell all of our goods, all the coffee, make some nice money, and we will buy a ship. We can't afford the sloop, but we can afford the pennants. So with this, we'll buy it.
You have a free ship in port which is not part of a convoy. Before you can send the ship out, you must either add it to an existing convoy or use it to form a new one.
So with this pennants, we're going to form a convoy, and we're going to call it the Koala. And this one will not... We're actually going to set a trade route. And we're going to set it from our hometown in Tampa to New Orleans, to Biloxi, Pensacola, and Port St. Joe. Just visit all of the French towns. Alright? And we are going to set it to my own strategy, because I don't really trust the game. Pretty much, you can set all the max goods and stuff that you want. And I'm pretty much just going to set it up so that we buy things for 120%, which is what they'll usually stay at. We'll buy everything that's produced in this town, except dyes. And then we'll go to New Orleans, and we'll click. So we did in Tampa metal. We did metal, cloth, wood, and corn. So we'll do wood, corn, metal, and clothes. So this is to sell. You can see that the ship to the docks, and we will do 120% and then add one. And then in Biloxi, we'll do, they produce wood, so we'll just do corn, and they already do metal, and they do not do cloth. In Pensacola, clothes, corn, wheat, and metal. That's what we wanted, yep. And then wood, wheat, and clothes. And then we go to New Orleans, and we'll set it up as brick, sugar, cloth. I think, does everyone produce cloth? They don't. Okay. So they'll do, so we have wood, sugar, cloth. And we'll wait for those, because as you can, we'll wait for the bread, because as you can see, the only place that doesn't produce bread is Tampa. So we did bricks, sugar, cloth. So we'll go to Biloxi and do wood, sugar, and cloth. Oh, brick, sugar, cloth. Brick, sugar, they already produced cloth, and brick, and they already produced sugar. Brick, sugar, cloth. And in Biloxi, we'll already have wood from Tampa, but wood is always in high demand, so we can have them try it again. Corn, we already have all these other ones except New Orleans. Metal won't be in high demand, so we'll just ignore the metal. And the bread again is not going to really sell much. So we did corn is the only new thing. Oops. And then we did Biloxi, so now Pensacola. We'll pick up some more cloth and definitely some cotton. And we don't need the bread again. Actually, these last two we will do bread because Tampa's gonna want it, and bread's pretty high demand. So we did cloth and cotton and bread. Oops. Did I do this wrong? Oh, okay. So cloth don't care about, bread, cotton, and bread don't care about. Bread they care about, cloth they care about, and cotton they do. And cotton, and cotton. And then last one will be sugar, cloth, because Tampa's gonna want cloth, and it produces clothes, so it'll have a high demand for cloth. And bread. And then in Tampa, I think we didn't add anything. We had sugar, cloth, or textiles, metal. Yeah, we didn't add anything. So, that's good. And you can activate the route, and it will just go off. And you'll be able to tell where everything's. You'll be able to look at it. You can see. We'll be able to look at it after they've done it.
Currently selected
But they have to go
does
once.
not have a warship.
Oh.
If you want your convoy to defend itself against attack, you must define which
just
ships
hit
are to
max.
be warships. Select warships on the right of
So.
the convoy display, and then click on
Panda
the three
is gonna
warship
buy some
slots.
stuff from New Orleans.
Alternatively, you can simply click the max button. This maximizes your convoy's fighting
And
power.
we are going to go exploring since we have that set up. And okay. So, if you guys know anything about the Caribbean, you'll be able to know where most of these things are. And again, we'll just go and fast forward. You can see our pennants running around, going back and forth. So I'm in Havana, which we have no money. So I will just sell everything I can. Up until I don't make a profit on it, of course. And then I will buy rum, because rum is good. Tobacco. And they had wheat. And bricks. Okay, and you can see that we're not even half there. So we will continue heading out this way and we're at war with the Dutch, so we'll avoid them. Technically, I am not at war, but since I'm trying to play as a French merchant, I will not do anything with anybody that I'm at war, that France is at war with. Trinidad is on the opposite side of Cuba, but Jabara is here. So we'll be able to sell stuff in Jabara. And pick up some of that. And none of that. But we will sell a good two of these. Pick up some more tobacco. So with these missions, like as I send them out away from Florida and France, I'll pretty much hit all these like the tobacco area, cocoa area, and coffee area, and just start loading up on them and bring them back to sell in New Orleans. Just because that'll make a lot of profit. Of course, you could sell the tobacco in the cocoa areas pretty easily, but I like to bring something back to France. Ostensibly, like the Viceroy is trying to get as much of the treasure goods as possible in in New Orleans to send off on the treasure fleets. We've discovered some English. The English are the most powerful faction right now. But as we have just arrived in Santiago, I think that we will pause the game, and I will see you guys next time.